guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 27 of our Heart of Midlothian save, our bid to take them to the top of Scottish football, and it's the final season of the day today, final game of the season today, and you can see we are 3 points behind Celtic. We need an 8-goal swing, we need them to lose, have an 8-goal swing. They're at home to Aberdeen, we're away to Hibs. It's not going to happen, is it, guys? We're going to fall just short, but equally, we pretty much have secured second place because we would need to lose, Rangers would need to win, which both are conceivable, but the 15-goal, whatever that is, 9-goal goal swing is not going to happen. We would really mess up if that was the case. So, it's a bit of a free hit today. We'll see how we do. Now, there is, of course, the end of season awards at the end of this episode, as well as goal of the season. So make sure you stick around after the games is done for that. This is what we're expecting: a standard playing mentality, standard passing style, a balanced playing mentality. Derek McInnes, who starts off at Aberdeen, is their manager. We've played them before. We know what to expect. Now, they did, of course, beat Celtic 3-1 last game, so they're going to be on a high from that. We can kind of see what to expect from them there. Maybe just we'll close down their goalkeeper a little bit. That seems to be the way they like to play. Let's have a quick look at the team we're sending out. And a few changes, but we're pretty much going as strong as we can. Just on the off chance. Maybe we can beat them by 5 or 6. Aberdeen score a couple, you never know. So it's Glover in goal. Now, Glover is wanted by Preston. Now, Glover's been fine this year. Averages 701. But I tell you what, if we get a bid coming in, we can sort of get $500,000 or something for him. I mean, he hasn't been that good, has he? We do have a good keeper ready to go as well for next season if we were to make the change there. So, could be the last time we see Danny Glover, but as unlikely. It's Mitchell, Herring, hoping, and Godinho comes in because Michael Smith has picked up an injury, so he's out for this one, unfortunately. Hickey and De Jong go in midfield. Morrison, Levitt, and Middleton, it'd be his last game for us as well. Unless something dramatic happens. I've already tried to get him back and Rangers aren't willing to let him come back. So it will be the last time we see him. So enjoy this, and it'll be Uche up top. Now Uche can get to 30 goals in the season for this game. That would be something special, wouldn't it? Another thing of note, we do have on the bench, and we'll look to give him a debut, one of our youngsters, Lewis Hartford. He came through the youth academy, I think it was last youth intake. Yeah, the same time as Dominguez. You can see... that was silly. A really, really good player, so we'll try and give him his debut here if we can. I can't really see a scenario where we won't, to be honest. We'll definitely look to bring him in at some point in this game. Now, what do we say to this? Do it for the fans. Just enjoy it, boys. Just enjoy it. It's the final game of the year. That will set a bit of calm faith. Yeah, just enjoy it. Now, other piece of news, Levitt has officially joined us again on loan for next season, so that's good. And we do have Harry Cochrane signed a new contract without a release fee, which is brilliant, because that was sort of the issue there. He had wanted a release fee, so we managed to get a new contract for him. Another, 3 years, I think is the most we could offer him without a release fee. So that's all good news. Claire is injured. He picked up a knock, if you're wondering why he's not playing. I didn't really see a sense in risking him for this one, given that there's not that much riding on the game. It's a local derby, I know, but I didn't really see a sense in injuring him any further. So he's not playing this one for that reason. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anybody in this team that was actively looking to get rid of. But you never know what's going to happen. It would just be if a bid does come in for Glover. Let me know what you think in the comments. But I don't think hasn't made himself unsellable. I don't think. So yeah, that could be something. As I said, it is Mitchell's last game, and it could be Uchi's last game as well. Let's be honest. We'll be doing everything we can to keep him. But I mean, he still has a contract with us, so we don't necessarily have to sell him, I guess. But it might reach a point where we just need to cash in if we can get a really big bid in for him, and that is why Danny Glover is not unsellable. I'm sorry, it's right there. Just tap it over the bar, mate. I don't know what he's tried to do with that. It's straight at him. He hasn't had to move, and he didn't move, let's be honest. He just stood there and waved it past. A good finish. I mean, he's hit that, but yeah, he's going the wrong way. He's running away from it. Someone needs to just remind him his job is actually to try and stop the ball. All right, is this going to be a Hearts highlight? Godinho with the throw. That's a nasty-looking tackle. Come on, referee. We do win the ball back, but it's coming back in our faces again. Ball early forward. Is there anybody there? Are we going to even bother? No, we're not. It's off the post. The post has saved us. We're going to close up the lines. And I think I don't like playing a low line, but they're just trying to get in behind us, aren't they? So let's drop it off. Let's make it a little bit more difficult for them, I think. Work to do here from the corner. Now, we've had implosions against them before from corners, haven't we? It's a free kick, though, that one. Let's give it a demand more. See if we can get anything going here. I mean, we've done well to take it down to the final day, but unfortunately, I just don't think it was ever really going to happen today. Rangers is beating Kilmarnock again. It would take a massive goal swing for that to matter. I'm going to be aggressive and say expect a better performance. Maybe the enjoy yourselves, boys, wasn't the talk at the start of the game because we haven't really turned up for that half at all. We'll see how we go off the start here. I do want to bring Hartford on. I'm thinking McDonald for Morrison. Neither one of them is really stepping up to sort of claim that right wing spot as theirs. So someone needs to do that because otherwise I might be tempted into the transfer market. All right, here we go. Dimitri Mitchell. It's going to be Middleton back for De Jong. What's he got for us? That's a good ball. Is he onside? Oh, I think he was offside. It wasn't given. Decent crack, though, from Middleton there, wasn't it? I'd really like to see him sign off with a goal. He's been so good for us this year. There it is to the edge of the area. It's Morrison. Back out. That's a horrible pass. All right, I think I've seen enough of you, Morrison. Not when we have McDonald on the bench that we can bring on. That was poor. And you know what? Levitt's not covering himself in glory here either. Let's bring the kid on and see what he can do. See what you can show us here, mate. 5 minutes in, double sub, not mucking around, even if it is the final day of the season. Yeah, the other one's not playing well is Herring. I'm wondering if we bring Proctor on for him, perhaps. Oh, there we go. We can give it a get creative now. We're looking anxious and nervous. That's not really what we want, is it? Anything else we can do here? Let's counter-press them. Why not? We're already being more expressive. Let's look to exploit the flanks. There is a bit of room out there for us, I think. Yeah, I mean, Dimitri Mitchell, just a reminder, he has signed permanently for next year, so even though his loan's coming to an end, he will be around for next season. Do you want to change anything else? Uche's not. I don't want to take Uche off. He's not having a great game, but it's Uche after all. We don't want to take him off. We'll raise the tempo a little bit here, see if we can put a bit of pressure on. Aberdeen is drawing. They were beating them. They're drawing them now. But again, it doesn't really matter because it's the goal difference, isn't it? That's a shot from a long way out. And, I mean, Glover doesn't move anyway, but he was just watching that one. I tell you what, Uche's just not doing it for me today. Is that the last time we see Uche? We won't know yet, but it could well be. We'll bring on Innes Cameron. I've kind of lost a little bit of faith in Brophy for this year. We'll bring him back next year to see how he goes. But yeah, he's just either brilliant or horrible for us this year. So it's been a bit of a disappointing way to end the season. This hasn't it? We've dominated the game. We've definitely looked better when we dropped back. All right, this is it. This is the last highlight of the season. It's Middleton. He knocks it in. It's headed away, and that will probably do that for us. Look at Glover running back. I didn't know he was up there. That's a good tackle. I tell you what, it's a really good tackle. But what has been a really good season ultimately ends on a bit of an annoying result, to be honest. Look at that. We have no business losing that game, but we have not happy with that, boys. So there we go. What an annoying way. I mean, we weren't top spot. We were never going to do it. Celtic win the league. It's a bit of a disappointing way, isn't it, for it all to win. Hartford makes his debut. That was a positive. Cameron vows to end his goal drought. Hearts, we've got 2.8 mil in the bank now. That's going to be good for the summer. We haven't got our budgets for next year yet, obviously, but we do lose a lot of money. We need a bigger stadium. I keep saying it, but we do need a bigger stadium. Let's have a look at the league table. This is how it all finishes up for the year. Uche, top goal scorer. Middleton and Uche up top of the average ratings. Got two guys up there in the assist as well. It's been a really good year. It's an annoying way to end, but we end up 4 points off Celtic, ahead of Glasgow Rangers, second in the league. Well done to us on that one. But guys, wait right there. After the break, it will be the end of season awards. Will it be Uche? Of course it will be, but let's watch them anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the Hearts end of season awards. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Now, what a wonderful, wonderful season it has been. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite take it to Celtic at the end there. But you know what? We split the Glasgow clubs. And as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So I'm really, really proud of the boys. And I think they all deserve a very, very hearty round of applause. Well done, boys. I couldn't be prouder. Alright, now let's get the awards underway, and the first award tonight is the Golden Pen, of course awarded to the best signing of the season, and this year he didn't cost us anything, but he was a big upgrading goal. It's Danny Glover. Next up, it's the Golden Card awarded to the player with the worst discipline, And this year, with a shocking record of 4 yellow cards. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. But the winner is Peter Herring. The next award tonight is the Golden Bullseye, which is awarded to the player with the best pass completion. And with a really, really impressive 91%, it's the centre of midfield. It's Harry Cochrane. Next, it's the Golden Spoon, awarded to the man who feeds the strikers, the man with the most assists. And this year, with an impressive 14 assists from left back, he's joining us permanently next season. It's Dimitri Mitchell. The next award is the Golden Anchor, which goes to the man that we can rely on, the man with the best match average rating. And this year, with a really, really impressive 7.61. We wish we could get him back next year. Glenn, you're always welcome. It's Glenn Middleton. The next award is the Golden Soother, which is, of course, awarded to the baby of the team, the best young player. Now, Rangers finished below Hearts in the table this year. We're the better club, mate. Get back up here. It's Glenn Middleton. And while you're up here, sign a permanent contract. Glenn, seriously though, mate. Sign a contract. Tell Rangers you want to leave. Anyway, guys, next up, it's one of the big ones. We're coming to the end of the awards evening, and it's the Golden Boot, awarded to the player with most goals for the club, of course. Now, there's no secrets who this is. We're not even going to draw it out. It's Uche with 28 goals. What a season. And I suspect we might be seeing Uche up here again in just a few minutes when we give out our Player of the Year award. But first, we need to take a moment to acknowledge our team of the season. Now, if you just direct your eyes up to the screen there, you will see that the goalkeeper is Thomas Glover. The fullbacks are Mitchell and Smith. The centre-backs, Coping and Herring. In midfield, it's Irving and De Jong. The wingers are Middleton and Morrison. It's Levitt in the number 10 role. And it's none other than Uche up front. Well done, guys. A cracking season by all of you. And now it's time for the big one to award the Golden Star for this year's Hearts Player of the Season as voted by you, the fans. It's not going to come as any surprise who the winner is. With 75% of the vote, which means 25% of you don't know what you're talking about, it's Uche Ikpeazu. So there we have it. That's all the awards for this evening. Congratulations to Uche and the rest of the winners. As I said at the start, it was a fantastic season and one I think we can all be very, very proud of. Now that said, next season we're in Europe. We're going to be gunning for Celtic and it's going to be a big, big year at Tynecastle. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you there. So for this evening, thank you everybody in the auditorium. Thank you for you watching at home. I look forward to seeing you all again next year for an even better season. Well done everybody. Enjoy your evening. So there we go, end of season awards done for another year, and in the end it was comprehensive. 75% of the vote for Uche. Dimitri Mitchell came in second, Michael Smith third. I think Middleton's been royally messed up on that one. He should have been second choice. It's unbelievable to me that he hasn't been. Maybe because he's a lone player, that's why the fans didn't vote for him, but that's not good. He should have been second. But anyway, Uche, 75% of the vote. That is, has anybody seen a more comprehensive winner of Player of the Year? That's definitely the most I've seen. Sometimes you get over 50, or I don't think I've ever seen over 60 before. So 3/4 of the vote. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's insane. But that's exactly what he deserved, I think. Harry Cochrane was the goal of the game as given by the game. A goal of the season, I should say, as given by the game. We'll get to that in just a second. Tom Glover, or Danny Glover as I like to call him, was the signing of the year as a free transfer. I'm assuming that has to be a permanent transfer, not a loan, because otherwise, again, Middleton, what did he do wrong? Maybe because he's a Rangers player. But anyway, he was signing of the year. We got what we paid for, maybe a little bit more from him. I think he was an upgrade on Zumel. Let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, I think he was definitely an upgrade, but maybe not quite what we are looking for ultimately at the end there. Young Player of the Year was Glenn Middleton. I mean, he had to win something, didn't he? He was really, really good for us this year. Top goal scorer, we know it was Uche with 28 goals. Glenn Middleton, 7.61 highest average rating, which surprised me actually a little bit that he did pip Uche to that. But Uche had a couple of quiet games as well, so maybe that's where that got turned around. Dimitri Mitchell, 14 assists from left back. That is impressive. Harry Cochrane, 91% with the Golden Bullseye. Very good pass completion from him. Not an award we give out on the night, but Uche, 7-man of the match awards. Was that ever in doubt? He was really, really good. And the golden card, it went to Herring on the... You see, there was a tie there with Michael Smith. He played one game less. So therefore, Peter Herring was the Golden Card winner for this season. You can see the Team of the Year there. No real surprises, I don't think. Maybe some people could consider themselves unlucky, but I think ultimately maybe Morrison and McDonald on the right side there was the only one that's maybe contentious. I would say. Season review, it was a good season it was a really good season, really was. Let's face it, we're runners-up in the league. We took it to the final day. I think we can be proud of that. We lost in the 5th round of the Scottish Cup to Celtic, in the quarterfinals of the Betfred Club to Aberdeen. Match of the season, a 2-1 win over Aberdeen. Yeah, I think we beat some of the old firm games. I think that would probably be up there. Moment to forget. I think Hibs definitely had the better of us this year, didn't they? Which is unfortunate. So we'll have to look at improving that for next year. This is why Tynecastle needs to be expanded. We're 98% full over the course of the season, and we need more income. So we'll have another crack at that over the summer, see if we can get an expanded stadium or even a new stadium if that's what we have to do. And the Aussie Villain Trophy, 34 players used, most in the league. That is what I like to see. Squad dynamics, Dijom, Uche and Michael Smith are all the team leaders. I would hope and expect them all to be here again for us next season. Michael Smith's getting on a little bit. 31 now, so we could potentially upgrade at right back, so that might be something we can do. Uche will be keeping if we can, and Dijom, again, I think he's solid enough, so we'll probably look to keep him for at least another year. Confidence review, I'd imagine we are pretty much gods around Edinburgh. Now, only pleased, which surprises me a little bit. Anything else here of note? I don't really think so. So that brings us now to the end of the episode and, of course, goal of the season. Now, if you're new, you don't know how this works. What will basically happen is there will be a little eye at the end of this video compilation at the top corner there. It'll have the Harry Cochrane goal, as well as 3 others that I have deemed worthy of being considered for goal of the season. So make sure you vote for your favourite. We'll see which goal we crown. But before we get to that, there's a few nominees, and then there's some more honourable mentions. Ones that maybe aren't worthy of goal of the season, but are definitely worth a second look. So enjoy the honourable mentions. Don't forget to vote for your goal of the season, and I'll see you next time for a summer transfer special. Take care. Here are our top 4 goals from the 19-20 season. Don't forget to click the eye to vote for your favourite.